Hello, my name is Mia Maggie, and welcome to our third episode of our Coach series. Today we are here with Coach Ty Hayes, our Cadet girls basketball coach. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. How did you first start coaching and also become the former athletic director?
Well, it started probably when my daughter, who's now 29, was in the 4th grade. She came home and said she'd like to play basketball. And I thought, well, I can help her coach. So I asked, and they needed a coach, so they asked me to coach, and that was that. And then at the same time, I was helping the athletic director already here, who was Sue Mills, and she was also a coach. And she would go to games and stuff, and she needed help here at the gym, so I started setting up the gym for her and running the concession stand and basically running the whole gym while she was gone or needed help. And then when she moved on to another job, St. Michael's just asked me to be the athletic director since I already had some experience doing all this and I could do it, so I said yes.
How long have you been coaching basketball for?
Probably about 21 years.
That's pretty long.
Yes, it is.
What first interested you in the sport?
Well, I grew up in Anderson, Indiana, and back when I was a kid, that was about 40 years ago, that was the hotbed of basketball around. That meant it was a basketball town. I mean, people were nuts for basketball. And my mom and aunt worked at the Anderson schools, and they had season tickets, and when I was little, they would take me to the Wigwam, which was the name of the gym in Anderson, and I'd go to the games, and I just thought it was amazing. There'd be like 8,000 people there, 9,000 back then, and it was really pretty cool.
So how many years did you play basketball as a kid?
Me? Mm-hmm. Oh, I started in the 4th grade. I played through high school. Could have played in college, but I decided to pursue my education, and then I played till I was at least in my 40s.
That's great. What are some things that you bring to the team?
I think I bring a lot of knowledge and experience to the team and a lot of desire.
What are you looking forward to for this season?
What am I looking forward to? I would say just watching the girls get better. Like we're going to talk about, or you've said, that they're just so young, and it's really neat to watch your teams go from the beginning of the season where we're pretty rough, and then by the end, it actually looks like we know what we're doing, and it's pretty neat that way.
What's your goal for your girls at the end of the season?
The goal? To enjoy playing basketball and want to play again, because we've had trouble getting teams here at St. Michael's for basketball, so I want them to just enjoy it, and hopefully they'll play again.
So last year we didn't have a team. What are you looking forward to rebuild this young team this year? We'll
probably do a lot of fundamentals, because some of them are really young and they haven't played much, so you got to know how to dribble to play. So we will be working on fundamentals, passing the ball, dribbling, footwork, things like that, just to improve and get better that way. Then you can learn how to play after you learn how all the fundamentals work.
Being a long-time coach and athletic director, what have you noticed that sets your team apart from the other CYO teams?
How hard we play. I think our teams play really hard, and a lot of teams don't, but we really play hard, and I think they enjoy playing.
What impact do you want to leave on your players this season?
Just the love of the game. Just hope they love to play the game, and that hard work pays off, and no matter what you do, whether it be sports or school or work or whatever you do, if you work hard, you'll do well in life.
How does your faith affect the way that you coach?
Well, hopefully they learn with their attitude, their Christian attitude towards the other team and the other players and fans and referees, and they just learn how to win and lose the right way. And yeah, just hope they learn just that God's first.
What are the challenges of coaching such a young team?
Well, like we said earlier, they're very young. And one of the hardest things to do when they're that young, I think we have 3 fifth graders and 2 eighth graders. And the we had to play in an 8th grade league. So we have 3 girls that's never played playing against people that are 3 years older. And sometimes the games will get out of hand and we might get beat by quite a bit. And the girls might get down on themselves. But they've really improved and they played really well. It's just the other team has more experience. It's very hard to compete with them when, you know, they're 3 years older and they have a lot more experience. So I just try to keep their heads up and keep them having fun and playing the game.
How do you get the team to work together?
Well, I try to work on communication. Communication is the most important thing you can do when you have a team sport. If you don't talk and tell people, you know, hey, here's a cutter, or, hey, here's a screen, if one person messes up, then it goes bad real quick. But if you're all working together and talking and communicating, I think that's one of the biggest things you can do in a team sport or anywhere. I mean, not doesn't have to be sports, but just communicate and things will get done and it'll work out.
What is one of your favorite boys or girls basketball memories?
Favorite boys or girls basketball memory? Well, there's several. I've been doing this a long time, and we've been in the city finals, which is the end of the year tournament between all the city teams in Indianapolis and stuff. We've been to the finals several times. A couple times we've won the whole thing. And a couple years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, I had a girls team that we ended up winning the whole thing, and cutting down the net was kind of nice. So.
What do you do to motivate the team?
What do I do to motivate the team? I try to make them work hard. I try to encourage them a lot too. Like I said, they could get down, but I try to give positive feedback like, hey, you guys are doing great, you're doing great. Don't worry about this, you know, get better from your mistakes, but just cause a lot of positive feedback and encouragement, I think.
So Father Aaron nominated you for the St. John Bosco Award.
Yep.
How did that make you feel?
I was very surprised, and I felt very honored too, because at the time I was the athletic director, and I nominated people for the award. And I think Coach Rumley, our volleyball coach, won at one time. I nominated him. And then someone told me that I was on the list to be nominated, or I won. And I'm like, well, who nominated me? Because I was the one that always nominated people. So I was very surprised, but very grateful and honored.
What drives your longtime commitment to St. Michael?
I would say my family. My wife came to school here, and my kids came to school here, and we've been coming to church here for probably 30 plus years. It's just a place that we want to be.
And well, that's about all the time that we have for today. Thank you for coaching and taking the time to sit down and talk to me.
I got one more thing to say, though.
Okay.
I want to thank you guys for doing what you do. The whole tech team, the people who announce the games like Nick and Luke, and the people that run the camera. You guys do an outstanding job, and I'd just like to thank you for doing that. It's a wonderful thing you guys are doing, and thank you a lot. Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching.